Hey, Brakatahi Howard, Brakatahi Howard Shai, Frankatahi Howard, Frankatahi Howard Shai, Frankatahi Howard, Brakatahi Howard, Bashimi Howard Shai, Kahalo Yahal, Bashimi Howard Shai, Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well, blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Real quick, this is just a quick lesson. Stated Amazon's 100,000 job cuts reflect industry's wide adjustments to economic uncertainty. Okay, you notice we've been speaking about this transferring to this digital-based system. Okay, how these particular digital currencies, which is different from cryptocurrencies, but they all dictates in the state of the economy. Okay, because right here it says Amazon shrank its staff by 100,000 last quarter, joining the ranks of Netflix and Google, an industry-wide adjustment to reduce profits, hiding inflation and unprecedented pandemic growth per Bloomberg. Okay, now you have to ask yourself, why are they laying off at a high rate? All right, like if you do the research as well, not Google, Salakia, but Walmart, they laid off over so many CEOs that's making over 100,000 a year. Okay, but Walmart is supposed to be a multi-billion-dollar a corporation. Okay, that's raking in the dough because Walmart is crowded from open to close, and in some cases, Walmart was 24 hours at a point in time. So to show you that the state of this economy is getting ready to fail, as we've been speaking on through the spirit, people getting ready to lose jobs, layoffs. Like today, 5-6 people done called off today at work, so we kind of short-staffed it. But even on that, that being said, layoffs, evictions. Millions of people are getting ready to be evicted by this winter because the eviction moratorium expired, which this whole pandemic thing was really set up to pretty much put a loophole in your flaw design of your dollar. Okay, because once the dollar collapses, or once they systematically collapse it, then that's when they're going to bring in an MOTB, or the digital-based system that we're speaking about. So it says Amazon is the second largest employer in the United States behind Walmart. And it also revealed that its earnings call last week that it's been adding jobs at the slowest rate since 2019. It says Amazon's reduction affected 6% of its headcount and is by far the largest cut in a single quarter, which is not good for you Babylonians. It says Amazon reportedly overstaffed its warehouses to ramp up driven demand. But even with the quarter-over-quarter decline, its employment is still up 14% from 1.36 million people in the second quarter of 2021. Okay, it says Amazon's job cuts reflects a course of correction across various industries that are adjusting their business in the wake of weaker earnings and challenging economic conditions. But it says over 28,000 tech workers at more than 150 companies have been cut from their roles since the beginning of the year. Okay, you got Microsoft, you got GoPuff, you got Twitter, okay, which is announcing layoffs. You got Alphabet, Google's parent company, slow down on recruiting, while the company added 10,000 new hires in Q2, which is Q2. I believe that goes into your quarters, but it was step on the hiring brakes for the rest of the year, except for the engineering and technical talent. It says Apple has similarly said that it plans to slow down hiring, even as it approaches the busy fall period with new iPhones and Macs waiting to be released, right? Because the Thanksgiving season, the Christmas season, that's when these iPhones, they sell like hotcakes, so to speak. Okay, Meta's, which is Facebook's, Facebook's parent company, Slash, plans to hire new engineers by 30%. Tesla cuts 200 autopilot jobs as it's closed to San Mateo, California facility, and CEO Elon Musk said that 10% of salary employees will lose their jobs. So, hey man, this economy is failing, and it's done by design because, as we specified during the 2020 situation, that's when a lot of these cuts started to happen because the profits wasn't coming in, people wasn't going to work, people was afraid to go to work, so to speak, and people was catching hell, losing their jobs, so they had to go under unemployment. Okay, because even then they had what they called the shared work program, which people was able to sit home and collect unemployment, making more money collecting unemployment than what they did with working a job. And a lot of people, man, they were like, you know what, we cool with that, And hey, you can't blame them in certain cases because people, they take a lot of shit off these bullshit ass jobs, So hey, why not sit at home making $1,000 a week? But see, that's where they put people in a trick bag because they knew that you people was gonna spend the money. They knew they was gonna bankrupt the economy, and on top of that, they knew that you wasn't gonna put up for a rainy day. Okay, and no way in hell that I'm making $1,000 with a 5% tax. Then they literally taking 5% of taxes out of your check if you opt in. Okay, which you bringing home pretty much $950 a week. Okay, every goddamn week. Ain't no way in hell if I'm making $4,000 a month, I'm not gonna have my rent paid off for at least 6 months. Okay, because you people, man, first thing you did, you bought Hellcats. Okay, you bought fucking big screen TVs. You went on vacations. You know, you bought all types of shoes and whatsoever. Which that's okay if you balance your time and you do it the right thing. But overall, the first thing a nigga did, oh man, I bought a Hellcat, because he thinking a job gonna call him back, or he thinking he was gonna get that unemployment forever. Nah, bro. Esau put you in a trick bag because you stupid ass Jakes, man. You don't plan for a rainy day ahead. Okay, like the scripture said, a prudent man will foresee the evil to come, and you niggas ain't prudent, man. Okay, because like I said, you went out and you spent your money on folly, taking trips to Miami and all that other shit, man. You know, that didn't get you nowhere. But in debt, you know, now look at you. You're ready to lose your freaking jobs. It says here, Shopify announced that it was laying off 1,000 employees, or 10% of its workforce, mostly in recruiting, support, and sales. It says Oracle is similarly cutting workers as part of a larger plan to reduce its headcount by thousands to save $1 billion in costs for the year, and it's going to continue to trickle down. Okay, because the state of the economy is in dire rashes, man. You know, like all these jobs. Oh, we don't lay off. No, we never had a layoff in so many years. Well, guess what? You're going to lay off real soon. Okay, like this company I work for, they're talking about, oh, we don't lay off. All right, sure, you finna lay off, because a lot of that out-of-town work y'all got in these different states, they going to get affected by this economic downturn. And then you ain't going to be able to send your people out of town. So you're going to be forced to do work here in town, or if not, you're going to have to be forced to pay people or give them furlough, or people are going to sit out. Okay, which, hey, it's fine by me. At this point, I don't mind sitting at home making money, because you know what, I feel like I work too damn hard anyway. Okay, but it says the rash layoffs could accelerate big tech's labor improvement, but this year's initial unionization efforts have yielded mixed results, but could intensify as tech workers seek better representation and protection from layoffs. Okay, and it goes into key takeaways. But big tech and the adjacent businesses are reeling from the decline in the pandemic era spending and slowing advertising spending, and is being reflected in hiring slowdowns and layoffs, man. Okay, so the job outlook remains grim in the short term. See, and they got to use that in there to throw you off, but this is a long-term thing. Like a lot of CEOs, a lot of forecasters, they're basically speaking on that, hey, all hell is getting ready to break loose. These companies are getting ready to pretty much be broken down and basically be put in shame. But it says it remains grim in the short term as entire industries navigate revenue shortfalls and unpredictable economic conditions. It says the situation is not permanent, sure. That's the part of Esau. As many technology companies and high growth businesses, we need to staff up accordingly to pursue growth and expansions. It says the fallout of the current job cuts may make potential hires more selective in deciding which companies to consider. Okay, because hey man, if you don't have long-term growth, people don't want to deal with it. You see? So let's get right to the precepts, man. This is the book of how you doing, man? This is the book of 2 Esdras, the 16th chapter, 38th verse. It says, as when a woman with child in the 9 months bringing forth a son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, it says, great pains can pass our womb, which pains when the child coming forth, they slack not a moment, right? Because they're equating that to the prophecies, man, with all hell breaking loose. Like when a woman is getting ready to give labor to a child, she has contractions, and the closer the contractions are, that shows you that the birth is imminent. Okay, and then she goes into labor, then the baby pops out. That's the same thing with these prophecies. So the contractions are composing more and more closer together, so to speak. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Okay, and that's talking about everybody. All our jobs going to get affected, all our living situations. Okay, because hey, they want people to be under a system that they can control everything you do, everything you spend. Like it says, you won't own anything and own anything and be happy. Like they're reducing you to pods and shit. They're reducing you to electric vehicles. They're reducing people to a limited income. Okay, carbon footprint, and basically that you can only move so much within a particular setup. You know, have so much wiggle room, so to speak, to move, and they can shut it off, like with the electric meters, man. That's one thing about when people were signing up to save all this money for their electrical bills, they signed up for what they call smart meters. See, what the smart meter did was basically allow Esau to control how much energy you was consuming in your apartments. So if you go over a certain cap, and let's just say you have a 110-degree day and you went over that limit, you ain't gonna be able to have no air. So you're basically gonna be forced in the house to pretty much fucking burn up. Same thing in the wintertime. If you consume too much heat beyond the limit that they've given you, then all of a sudden they gonna shut your damn heat off in the wintertime. And ain't nothing you can do about it, man. Because you people opted into this totalitarian system. Okay, that's your problem. Okay, and we told you people that this shit was coming. So it says, "Oh my people, hear my word and make you ready to the battle." It says, "And even in those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth," because we're gonna have to move around. Okay, you ain't just gonna be able to sit in your nice crib, your nice plush apartment, and wait this thing out. We're gonna have to be on the prowl because you're gonna have martial law out here. People gonna be seeking to get goods because they're not gonna have the bare necessities in order to make it or feed their families. So therefore, people are gonna start rioting. Okay, and it says here, "He that occupied," it says, "He that selleth, let him be this. He that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose." Right? Because shit, there's no security here. Okay, your real estate jobs, your markets, your city jobs, and all these state jobs, and all this engineering stuff. Man, look, that ain't gonna be no security in the days we're coming into, because they're gonna get ready to cut all that out unless you opt into this system. You see, and that's what we've been saying for a while. It says here, "And he that occupy merchandise as he that will not profit by it, and he that build it as he have no that should not dwell therein." Because right now in Kansas City, Missouri alone, they're building up prime real estate. I mean, they're building up developments like overnight. But yet, hey, nobody's gonna be able to afford that shit, man. Because the average rent here in KCMO is about $1,300, man, for an upgraded apartment with amenities and so forth. A studio bedroom apartment I was looking at, and what they call the down on the riverfront, that they wanted fucking $1,300 for that motherfucker, man. I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'm finna pay that shit for 500 square feet. You know, so hey, Jake is being forced to downsize and and do, you know, you gotta kind of what they call it, compromise, man. You know, improvise, so to speak. You know, because hey, we all basically just holding on until the shit falls. Okay, it's like basically the Titanic falling, and you holding on to that raft until she went into the water. You know, but the key is to get in a lifeboat, which is gonna be them chariots. Okay, and honestly, I can't wait till this happens, because I'm sick and tired of dealing with this wicked ass kingdom anyway. You know, you gotta fake it till you make it. You gotta act like you like people. And me personally, I don't care if you ain't teaching the word, man. And I have a genuine concern about my people overall. I mean, I vibe with Jake when it needs to be vibing with, but overall, I don't care for the things they do. I don't care to be around them, because honestly, being in your own space is the best versus around a lot of folly, man. And Jake talking shit. That's all niggas do is talk shit about nothing. You get tired of hearing that every goddamn day. Okay? But it says, "He that soweth as is he should not reap," because you're farming this, man. The farmers are pretty much putting pistols to their heads. Okay? Because basically the government is buying all the farmers out. They're buying all the farmers out. You know what I'm saying? And they having them to sell these off-branded seeds to push certain foods. Like now we're gonna be eating bugs and fucking proteins and shit. Like, who wants to do that? But it says here, "He that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that should not gather the grapes. And they that marry as though they should get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers." And IUIC need to take full heed to that scripture. And it says, "And therefore they that labor in vain." Okay, because all this shit is vanity at the end of the day. It's all vanity, and it's not gonna equate to anything. Okay, because like I said, it's gonna bring in a digital system that's gonna force that MOTB on the population, and that's when the Lord is gonna come back. He's gonna pretty much stump this damn devil out. So yeah, brothers, man, the Lord is getting ready to start speeding things up. Things is getting ready to happen in third dimensional time now, because fourth dimensional time is totally different than what we are perceiving here. Like a day to the Most High is 1,000 years to us. But see, when the Lord starts to open up these prophecies, and when that MOTB come, we literally gonna have probably not even a year before we get up out of here. And I'm speaking as a man, but we can literally have 6 months, because it's gonna get that chaotic to the point the Lord is gonna have to come and deliver us, man. So hey, brothers, it's coming, man. Salvation is coming. I doubt we have that long to go, but salvation is coming. You know, so you brothers and sisters out there, keep the hope, keep the faith, keep fighting, stay strong, believe, keep praying, fast, and whatever you must do to make thy calling and election sure. And let's get up on it. Let's get on these chariots, man. Let's get life. All right, we've made it this far. Let's keep making it. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahawashi, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. With that, shalom and above all.